Hi guys, it's SkintBoot here, and today what I'm going to be bringing you guys is a No Man's Sky video. And in today's video, what I'm going to be looking into is a recent announcement from Hello Games relating to the first title update for No Man's Sky since Next, called the Abyss update. This was revealed to us today a few hours ago, and a short paragraph has been provided detailing the kind of content we will expect to see once it releases. But as always, a lot is left to the imagination, so fine details are not yet known. But anyway, without further ado, please do sit back and relax. Let's get started. Okay, so this all kicked off from a simple Sean Murray tweet announcing the name of this Halloween update and providing a short link to our standard blog post that gives us some clues as to what the Abyss is all about. So clicking on the link brings you to the post, and it opens with a paragraph basically summing up the recent development of No Man's Sky, talking about how some of the team have been working on fixes, others on updates like this, and that they're finally at a good place to start talking about the meaty update coming next week. Alright, so right at the end of this blog post there is a small paragraph that reads the following: a new free update is releasing next week for all of our players. We've called it the Abyss because it focuses on some of the eerier elements of No Man's Sky in keeping with the theme of this season, and as always ends with, this is another small step on a longer journey for us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much, Sean. So that's what we have been given, and yes, it isn't a lot to go off, but we can draw up some fairly straightforward assumptions, but also some fairly deep assumptions which we can look at if we analyse the language used, things like that. So the one thing which we do know for certain is that this update will focus on the eerie side of No Man's Sky. So in basic terms, the creepy factor. Note the use of the word eerie. Sean didn't use scary or frightening, just eerie, a fairly timid adjective compared to what could have been used. Now, I may be overthinking this because this language analysis made up like 90% of my English A-level, but eerie seems to suggest a more subtle scare factor. What I can take from this is that Sean isn't outright saying No Man's Sky will scare you, but perhaps No Man's Sky will creep you out, or maybe make you feel a little bit uncomfortable. And the thing is, this does somewhat exist in the game currently. Things like biological horrors aren't eerie, they're scary or they're thrilling, but what is eerie is, say, finding an abandoned space station or a broken planet, or some truly disgusting animals. It's the small things that almost unintentionally creep you out. So my guess is that things like abandoned space stations or maybe ambient music will be the focus. Perhaps darker planets with creatures that stalk, or maybe glitch creatures that aren't animated properly. Eerie to me is something like salad fingers. It's not actually scary, there isn't a reason to be scared of it, but it's just weird and it makes you feel uncomfortable, and ultimately it's eerie. So what's the most uncomfortable part about No Man's Sky to me? Well, personally, it's water. I don't like water anyway. The biggest example I can give of this is those fucking wave machines at swimming pools. I just hated them so much. Even the little bobbly filters that, you know, filtered out the water and shit like that. Like, no, I can't deal with that. It makes my skin crawl. I actually found this whole subreddit talking about sub-mech phobia or some shit like that. Basically, man-made machines in water and how people are scared of them. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I have that because it just, no, I hate it so much. But anyway, going off track there, what I was trying to get at is that water can be very uncomfortable for some people, especially the eerie factor. Going into a deep swimming pool where you can't see the bottom, you know, that classic thing of having that completely irrational fear that there was sharks in a swimming pool when you were younger, same kind of thing. And Abyss, as in the word abyss, seems to suggest that oceans and lakes of No Man's Sky may well be what makes this game eerie, because an abyss is usually something bottomless. It's something you can look into and there's just nothing. It doesn't end. And water makes the most sense to me, other than space, but I guess it's kind of hard to make space eerie in No Man's Sky. So things to do with water that could actually make the game eerier would be, for me, deep sea creatures. Creatures that have been morphed and twisted died because they're so far under the water. They don't have any sunlight. They eat, you know, like parasites and shit like that. Like, that scares me so much. I won't lie to you, I was scared of squids in Minecraft when I was 11, so give me a break. This is what I'm trying to get at here. It's just, it's weird and it's awkward, and I can't deal with it. Anyway, this is what I reckon Hello Games will focus on with this update, at least in my opinion. The focus on making water itself eerie, but also smaller things like ambient music and maybe sound effects. We know for a while that water seems to be an element of No Man's Sky that Hello Games are going to focus on. We saw the leaked submarine vehicles and shit like that, so perhaps this is the perfect time to introduce something of the sorts. How this works though with the general vibe of No Man's Sky, because No Man's Sky is quite dreamy and scenic, is a myth to me. But I can't imagine the whole tone of the game will be changed with one update, so don't worry about that. But guys, that is what I think on the matter, but I want to know what you think on the matter, so please do feel free to put your thoughts in the comment section of the video. I just want to say thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then please do feel free to leave a like on it, and if you guys could also subscribe to MZK, then that'd be absolutely fantastic. And as always, I will see you guys on my next video. This is SkintBoot, signing out.